Right now at noon, Iran denies its missiles took down the passenger plane, the latest on the investigation and the tensions with Iran. And Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes is challenging the Lieutenant Governor of Washington ahead of the Packers-Seahawks game on Sunday. We'll tell you what's at stake.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at noon.
Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 on this Friday afternoon. We are gearing up for 2 possible snowstorms to impact southern Wisconsin this weekend. Let's head to the man of the hour, Chris Reese, with the latest details.
Yeah, Mark, this is the calm before the storms, if you will. Things are quiet outside right now, but we see that cloud cover already starting to increase just back to the south and west. This is Platteville right now. Our Queen Bee Radio Sky camera showing you that cloud cover. We're seeing a little bit more sunshine in Madison right now. This is our station camera. Let's jump over to the Edgewater. But things are hazy. That moisture starting to stream in. Our temperature right now at 37 in Janesville right now. Some 20s as you work your way just towards the north. That shows you where our influence of colder air will be as we move into tonight. But we are quiet. We are clear on high-resolution Doppler, at least in southern Wisconsin. But when we zoom things out, the storm is on the maps, Mark. It's got a lot of complexities with it. Tornado warnings throughout parts of Oklahoma. But you see the snow on the northern side of that. We're going to be timing out when this wintry weather will be here in just a few minutes.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you, Chris. And many villages and cities in southern Wisconsin have declared snow emergencies. When a snow emergency is declared, there will be no street parking allowed. The city of Madison has not yet declared a snow emergency. We'll keep you updated, as always, in our later newscasts and on Channel3000.com. And we'll also keep you up to date on our weather app. It features first alert traffic, radar, and hour-by-hour forecast. You can download that for free in your phone's app store. Sauk County health officials are warning residents of a possible tuberculosis exposure in the county. Officials say tuberculosis has not been confirmed, but the individual is undergoing treatment. They say the person has ties to the Baraboo and Sauk Prairie school districts. TB is a potentially serious bacterial disease that attacks the lungs and spreads through the air. Symptoms include coughing up blood, fatigue, weight loss, and fever. The Sauk County Health Department is working to identify and contact those who were potentially exposed for testing. Fitchburg police are looking for a suspect following an armed robbery at a credit union. It happened around 5:30 last night at the UW Credit Union on McKee Road. Officials say the suspect demanded money from employees after showing a handgun. The investigation is still ongoing, but if you have any information, you're asked to call the Fitchburg Police Department. The U.S. and other Western nations say that they believe an Iranian missile shot down a passenger jet taking off from the Tehran airport this week. Everybody aboard the plane died. Skylar Henry is at the White House with more details about the crash and Congress's response to escalating tensions between the U.S. and Iran.
This video, obtained by the New York Times, reportedly shows the moments when sources say Iranian surface-to-air missiles hit a Ukrainian passenger jet taking off from Tehran. The head of Iran's aviation authority says the plane was definitely not shot down. He says the causes we aren't sure of yet, but we can say for certain a missile did not strike the plane. 176 people died in the crash, 63 of them Canadian. And Canada, like the U.S., believes the plane was shot out of the sky.
The evidence indicates that the plane was shot down by an Iranian surface-to-air missile.
Iran showed black boxes recovered from the Boeing 737 and has invited the U.S. to assist in the investigation.
Somebody could have made a mistake. Some people say it was mechanical. I personally don't think that's even a question.
The plane was shot down just hours after Iran launched more than a dozen missiles at Iraqi military bases hosting U.S. forces. The White House is responding with more sanctions against Iran.
We are taking action against 8 senior Iranian officials who advanced the regime's destabilizing activity and were involved in Tuesday's ballistic missile strike.
Iran was retaliating for a U.S. drone strike in Iraq that killed a top Iranian general. Iraq's parliament responded with a resolution calling for the U.S. military to leave. And Iraq's prime minister has asked Secretary of State Mike Pompeo to begin preparations for withdrawal.
We are happy to continue the conversation with the Iraqis about what the right structure is.
The Democratic-controlled House passed a resolution Thursday aimed at limiting President Trump's ability to take more military action against Iran. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
And a similar resolution is expected to be debated in the U.S. Senate. Officials in Puerto Rico say it'll take months, maybe as long as a year, for electricity to be restored following the earthquake there. But some people are saying the power is back on already. The 6.4 magnitude earthquake hit the island on Tuesday and created dozens of aftershocks. People are still sleeping on cots under tents because they feel safer outside than in their own homes. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says the House will take steps next week to send articles of impeachment to the Senate for President Trump's trial. In a letter to her Democratic colleagues today, Pelosi said she has asked Judiciary Committee Chair Jerry Nadler to be prepared to bring to the floor next week a resolution to transmit the articles of impeachment to the Senate. Pelosi has held onto the articles in a standoff with Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. 3 weeks ago, the House Democrats impeached Trump on charges of abuse and obstruction over his actions toward Ukraine. Well, before the Packers and the Seahawks battle it out in Green Bay on Sunday, the lieutenant governors of Washington and Wisconsin are challenging each other. In a Twitter video, Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes says the Packers will win. If, God forbid, they lose, Barnes offered Wisconsin cheese curds, mead sticks, and Central Waters Riff IPA to the Lieutenant Governor of Washington, who has not yet said what he will offer for the challenge. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Do you know how to turn this into this? It's not magic, and it's very easy. Stick around and I'll show you.
For a forecast to keep
You know, lots of folks start the new year by making promises to eat more veggies and to cut down on carbs. So today, we're going to show you how you can transform some of your favorite veggies into what some call fake-out foods. For those of you who love spaghetti but still want to fit into your skinny jeans, try making noodles out of zucchini or any other veggies. There's a bunch of gizmos and gadgets on the market that will help you do just that. These here are hand-operated. You simply insert your veggie, Give it a few twists and turns, and voila, you end up with curly vegetable noodles. And there are even electric models and ones that attach to our stand mixers for when we're doing a bunch. This one turns sweet potatoes into what looks like a pile of silly string in just seconds. We took these a bit further by creating a lighter version of pad thai noodles, replacing traditional noodles with curly sweet potatoes. To get the recipe for our sweet potato pad thai, which is nutty delicious, all you have to do is visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a spiralicious way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
All right, Howard, thank you. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, 2 snow systems expected to come through southern Wisconsin this weekend. Meteorologist Chris Reese is tracking them. He'll let us know how much snow to expect ahead in your first alert forecast. Our call for action phone bank is open right now, ready to take on your consumer issues. You can call our hotline. Volunteers will help you with any consumer complaints. The number is 608-270-2833. The service is open every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday between 11 and 1. The Labor Department releases its latest job reports numbers, and the motorcycle of the future takes to the skies. Naomi Ruckham has more in today's Money Watch report.
Job growth hit a bit of a snag at the end of 2019. The Labor Department reports that employers added 145,000 jobs in December, falling short of an expected 160,000. But the unemployment rate held steady at 3.5%, a half-century low. To rent or to buy, it might just depend on where you reside. The property database Adam Data Solutions found that in a slight majority of U.S. counties, owning a median-priced 3-bedroom home is more affordable than renting. But there's a split. In nearly 70% of counties with a population of 500,000 or more, renting was the way to go. Genetic material collected by 23andMe will now be used to develop commercial drugs. The Ancestral DNA Service has inked a deal with the Spanish pharmaceutical company Almirall. Under the terms of the deal, Almirall will use research conducted by 23andMe to develop and sell treatments for a range of skin conditions and inflammatory diseases. And the latest in futuristic aircraft is the La Moto Volante, meaning flying motorcycle. It's developed by French automaker Lazarus and features 4 turbines that boost the bike for 10 minutes of continuous flight. Only 5 of these creations will be made, and they come at a hefty price, $560,000 each. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Naomi Ruckham.
Thanks, Naomi. Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrial is down almost 60 points. The NASDAQ off 3.5. The S&P 500 down a point. Q106 Farm Director Pam Yankee out of the radio barn today. So here are your farm numbers. Time now for the weather. Chris has the latest on the approaching storms.
That's right. It's on the map. We've been talking about this potential winter storm for more than a week now, and here it is. It is starting to move on up. Let's see if I can get the microphone on for you guys really quickly. It's on. It's on.
There you go.
Hopefully y'all can hear me.
Now.
All right, here we go. We've been talking about this potential storm for more than a week now. Here it is on the map, and we are tracking all that is associated with this as it starts to impact really about the entire country. Severe weather is expected down south, winter weather towards the north, flooding as you work your way towards the areas that are in between. Everywhere in the pink, those are winter storm warnings. The light blue that you see just to the north of Madison, that's where we still have some areas that are under winter storm watches. But I do believe that that will be changing as we go through time. These winter storm warnings down south, that's due to what's coming in tonight, and then for the winter storm watches, that's due to that next round that's going to come into the picture tomorrow. So 3 things to know. Now is the time to prepare. Don't wait. Don't try to do it tomorrow. Go ahead and do that right now. Round 1 moves in tonight. We're going to be timing that out here in a couple moments, and then we will see that bigger round coming in as we move into your Saturday. So there will be some travel impacts as well tonight, especially down south closer towards the state line. That's where I think we could see up to 1/4 inch of some freezing rain in spots. We will see a little bit of a break in the winter storm tomorrow, but then that heavy snow moves in tomorrow night. Then we're going to see those big issues once again. Now, as you look outside right now, it is the calm before the storm. The temperature is at 30. We have those winds out of the north at about 10 miles per hour. Some areas are even above freezing. Janesville at 37 right now. We're at 34 as you work your way over towards Monroe. But watch what happens as we go through time. This is 6 o'clock. We're in the evening rush hour at this point. Southwest Wisconsin starts to see the first signs of the winter storm moving into the picture. Now, we're at 7 o'clock. Temperatures are hovering right around that freezing mark. We could be seeing rain in Janesville, a mix in between, some snow as you work your way towards the north and west. We push this ahead an hour and a half towards 8:30. We're starting to get colder. So now we have snow from Madison and points northward, freezing rain from about Monroe up towards just east of Beaver Dam. And then we still have rain as you work your way down towards Janesville and Beloit. But the colder air does continue to push in. We continue to see more snow by the time we get you towards 11 o'clock. Now, that'll last until the wee hours of the morning. Then we start to get in on a break. This first round of snow will likely bring 2 to 4 inches pretty much anywhere along that line from Platteville up towards Sheboygan. And this could actually go up. I've been watching the model trends as we've gone through today, but then that next round comes in tomorrow. We're timing this one out. I think it starts to arrive by the time you get you towards lunchtime tomorrow afternoon, and we are going to see the freezing rain and sleet towards the east, the heavy snow in the north and west. That continues to transition over to all snow, and with wind gusts that are going to be upwards of 30 to 40 miles per hour as well. So by the time all is said and done, I think you're looking at 6 to 10 inches of snow in Madison and points towards the north and east. 2 to 4 inches towards the north and west, 1 to 2 as you work your way up towards La Crosse. Now, I have cut down on totals in the south and east just a little bit. I brought that down to 4 to 8 inches just because I'm still trying to figure out how much freezing rain some of these areas are going to see. But let's factor in the wind as well, folks. As these wind gusts really begin to come in, you're talking wind gusts 35 to 40 miles per hour. That's going to come in tonight. That's going to last through the afternoon on Saturday. At times, you will see whiteout conditions. It's going to be a dry, fluffy snow. So for that reason, I'm expecting major impacts on just about every single mode of transportation, whether that's driving, walking, and then it's also going to be major clearing for folks as well. So we have the alert days going all the way through Saturday. Then by the time we get you towards next week, it is the cold. We'll see more snow chances, by the way. Tuesday and Wednesday could bring more accumulating snow. I'm watching Friday and Saturday closely as well.
Well, you must be happy.
It's winter. It is my birthday. I posted on Facebook the other day, if anyone's curious what to get me for my birthday, I wear a size large winter storm. And well,
there you go.
That post aged well.
We've been warned.
Yes, we have.
Thank you, Chris. Ahead on News 3 Now at noon, Angie Edge from the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin is here. She's sharing a recipe that's perfect for a chilly day that includes cheese, of course. That's after the break. Angie Edge from the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin is here with a recipe perfect for a chilly day. Ange, what are we cooking up here?
Well, with the storm rolling in, it's time to get out the Instapot and buy your cheese and get ready for the cold temperatures. So we have a great recipe. It's an Instapot Mexican pot rice recipe, of course with Wisconsin cheese. Very simple to make, only a matter of minutes to fill your pot and cook it for about 10 minutes.
That's it.
So you're going to start with...
It's a pressure cooker.
Yes, it's like a pressure cooker, so it doesn't take long at all. You're going to put 2 pounds of boneless chicken breast in your crock pot or your Instapot. Then you're just going to add in all the other ingredients. So you have some black beans, diced tomatoes, there's some chicken broth, 1 1/2 cups of long grain rice, and then some spices, some cumin, also some green chilies. Once you've cooked that in the Instapot for 10 minutes or on the poultry setting, then you can open it up. It's all going to smell really good. It's still locked right now, and then you're gonna add in the cheese. So more cheese, so 3 cups of Wisconsin cheese, and then you're gonna serve it up like this, and then you can garnish it with some fresh avocados. Maybe you want to put on some cilantro. There's sour cream, some chopped onions, and even probably you want some more cheese on there as well. So
sort of like a taco without the taco.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a very healthy dish. Of course, you're adding the cheese to get you some more protein.
And this is the cheese?
The cheese we're featuring. So it's made locally. It's a Wisconsin cheese made in Browntown at the Chula Vista Cheese Company, and it's a queso quesadilla cheese. They call it queso chihuahua cheese.
Okay.
And it melts beautifully. It's great for dips. It's great for tacos, quesadillas, and it's also made by one of our master cheesemakers. So you see the Wisconsin Master mark on there, and of course a world champion winner as well. So it doesn't get any better than that.
I've never heard of this before. This kind of cheese.
Yeah, it's in most of the major grocery stores right around here. You can find it at Hy-Vee, Walmart, all the different local groceries. And it's great because it's made locally by one of our master cheesemakers.
It's America's
So just
Dairyland,
look
right?
for that Wisconsin cheese logo or the
there.
Wisconsin Master mark as well.
All right, the recipe, of course, online?
Online at wisconsincheese.com.
You're right, this is the perfect recipe for this weekend. All right, Ange, thank you.
Thank you.
Here's Chris with one final check of the forecast.
That's right. We are all watching the weather as the next winter storm begins to move in, and we're going to be seeing major impacts from that system when it comes to driving, walking, and clearing. A lot of areas are going to be looking at anywhere from about 6 to 10 inches of snow by the time this is all said and done, especially in and around the Madison area and points towards the north and east. 4 to 8 in the southeast. That's because we're still trying to figure out how much of that comes in the form of freezing rain and sleet. That's going to begin to cut down those totals a little bit, 2 to 4 as you work your way just towards the north of the Dells, places like Camp Douglas and Watoma, 1 to 2 inches as you work your way up north towards Black River Falls. So it's a very complex system that we are certainly keeping a very close eye on, but once we get beyond it, we do start to see more snow chances along with colder air moving into the picture.
All right, it's going to be an interesting weekend, that's for sure. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for watching, everyone. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.